From the voice of Honest Trailers, it's Epic Voice Reviews, and read your comments at the end.
Now in theater.
This week, it's all about choices. Which Walking Dead star would you rather see? Which Gerard Butler movie would you rather watch? And which motivational sports movie would you rather watch? And ZOOTOPIA. You have to see ZOOTOPIA.
From the company desperately trying to do better than Pixar with every new movie comes a film that addresses stereotyping, prejudice, and ignorance in a warm film that kicks you right in the feels. Just not as much as Toy Story 3 did, but hey, they had to put your favorite characters in a fiery death trap to get that reaction. A perfect film for all ages, and sure thing for Best Animated Film of 2016.
My kids loved it. I loved it. There were so many jokes and references, and Bateman's wonderful performance, plus a great twist ending that was only partially predictable for us grown-ups, but not so much for the kids. But it was just awesome all around.
5 stars. A must-see. ZOOTOPIA. Rated PG.
London Has Fallen was so much like the original film that I decided just to reuse my original review with some minor tweaks.
One of the movies currently in theaters. A movie A Good Day to Die Hard should have not been. An action-packed thrill ride. Another movie where
a terrorist
is the bad guy. Watch this movie and save yourself money on White House Down. Morgan Freeman and President Two-Face are awesome. If only Gerard Butler could do an American accent.
It has its cheesy, fun moments, kind of like Die Hard, but it's still little bits from Taken, Air Force One, Call of Duty. There's even one part where they rip off a line from The Matrix, and you'll recognize it right away. The CG mayhem was like Sharknado level bad, and for a movie with a budget this size, you'd think the CG would have been better. It's a halfway decent film overall for like matinee, red box, discount theater price, but only if you've got nothing better to do. 3
stars.
London
Has Fallen. Rated R. A perfectly adequate film for a lazy afternoon watching sci-fi or TNT, but not so much for a full-price movie ticket. Filmed in the beautiful green screens of Egypt and full of CGI candy. Still doesn't make sense to have a movie about Egypt chocked full of white people with no consistent accents. I mean, why are half of them British, but Gerard Butler's doing his bad American accent? They can be white and British Egyptians, but not Scottish?
Okay, so it wasn't a great film, but I was raised watching the Harryhausen films of old, the Sinbads, the Jason and the Argonauts, and for those of us who were raised on those kind of movies, it had some nostalgia factor. It was actually kind of fun in a cheesy fantasy movie kind of way. I can see this being more of a kids movie, except that there was a little bit of adult content, which I wouldn't let my kids see. But other than that, it suited that audience better than a grown-up audience.
3 stars. Worth a rental on Redbox. Gods of Egypt. Rated PG-13. When a mother loses a child, she attempts to communicate with her undead son in the most by-the-numbers ghost story of all time.
You know what? I'm going to spoil this movie because it sucked balls. She attempts suicide in the first act, and her friend gives her, this unstable lady, information on how to communicate with her undead son with one job: don't open the door. And what does she do? Opens the door immediately. Then they completely ripped off Exorcist in the third act, verbatim, including the ending where she sacrifices herself to save her daughter. So it would have been better if she just died off at the beginning of the movie. The whole family would have been better off.
Almost walked out 3 times. No stars. Not even worth a Redbox rental. The Other Side of the Door. Rated PG-13. A slow start leading to a pulse-pounding thrill ride of just desserts for an all-star cast of dirty cops, including one good one that's dirty. Twists and turns, a few predictable outcomes, but all-around great film.
Critics may disagree, but I really enjoyed it.
4.5 stars. 1 star deducted for lack of Norman Reedus, but plus a half for bringing back Jesse Pinkman. Best dirty cop movie I've seen since Training Day. Except Training Day is still better. The closest thing we have to Grand Theft Auto the movie so far, featuring heists, cops automatically shooting everyone, drugs, alcohol, and booms. 999. Rated R. Take your pick of inspirational motivational sports films. One winner fights racism to break world records, and one loser who fights the odds to break bones, but becomes an underdog favorite.
They're both basically every inspirational motivational sports movie ever made, so just take your pick. They're both great films.
4 stars. Race. Wait, is that because he raced or fought racism? And Eddie the Eagle. Rated PG-13.
As seen on television.
Walking Dead was another terrific episode with the most ominous foreshadowing that made my blood run cold. My graphic novel peeps know what I'm talking about. Better Call Saul was 100 times better than the premiere episode, and I'm back really looking forward to Mondays. House of Cards Season 4 is available the week of my birthday, and it's so much better than Season 3, with the politics and the shootings and more things you just have to see for yourself. Big Bang Theory, which I was behind on, had 2 touching episodes, Howard and Bernadette being pregnant and Sheldon's birthday party. Still haven't checked out Legends of Tomorrow, but it's on my list. If I haven't said it already, the Gravity Falls series finale was quite simply a terrific way to end an animated series, and my kids and I are really going to miss the show. It's awesome seeing Optimus back in Transformers, and the episodes are improving. Star Wars Rebels remains worth checking out. And lastly, the kids are really loving Guardians of the Galaxy. But for me, it still feels like we're in the early filler episode stage, and the story arc isn't as epic as it could be. Please do an Epic Voice Guy a favor and click those Patreon links and support this channel, and get these awesome shirts from RootApparel.com. Now it's time for your comments. Drive by, Miami style. Finally, I was so tired of being a flower. Howdy. Frisk, are you there? It's me, your best friend, Asriel Dreamer. Squeezy Dumpkins and her fuzzy bumpkins are stinking cute. Time to make some chimichangas. I ain't afraid to no jost. If you like this video, share it and click subscribe. Click here for more epic voice reviews. Click here for more imitation gaming videos.